back to my channel. So we have this white man who's come out of nowhere, and I say this with a lot of respect because clearly this guy has a problem and he's being stitched by by his own type of people. I'm not talking about 10 or 20 stitches. I'm talking like a whole lot of people are stitching this video, white people. He's saying that we should try and flip the script for a second. That what if? Let's watch this video and then we are gonna talk.
All right, all morning, the only conversation and the only videos I've seen on the feed all morning are this whole thing with the Montgomery Brawl. And here's my thoughts on this. Had this had happened, flip the script for a second. Had it been a couple of black guys on that boat and a black guy assault a white security guard, and then a bunch of white folks came to save the day and beat the shit out of a couple of black folks, including women. I mean, that woman got fucking schwacked with a fucking lawn chair, or with a chair. I mean, just the whole thing was ridiculous. But just switch it for a second. Had it been the other way around, you wouldn't see all these white folks across the internet celebrating it. Like, yeah, they deserved it. Yeah, we stuck together. This is what we got to do. No, the whole thing is wrong. The whole thing is fucked up because you guys are celebrating this. It was wrong. Had they had just stopped the altercation and it been at that, then that would have been handled like adults, like mature adults. But instead, y'all continue to beat the fuck out of these middle-aged to older people. There was a couple of younger guys there, but two of those ladies getting smacked by chairs? Come on, man. In what situation is that right? In what fucking world are we going to celebrate that? Because I'm telling you right now, if it had been a bunch of white folks fucking beating the shit out of a couple of black kids out there and hitting an old black lady with a fucking chair across the head while she was laying down, not fighting, this would be an entirely different story. Whole different situation. So you guys are celebrating, jumping on these people, but really you all should be embarrassed. And everybody who's making videos to fucking take up for the whole thing, you're ridiculous. You're all wrong.
As expected, we expected this. I expected this. I just didn't know that it was going to come this early. As usual, the perpetual victims are pulling their well if the roles were reversed, which is cool, which is cute actually. If the roles were reversed, this guy's video obviously will not focus on a black woman being hit with a lawn chair by a white guy. Well, that's what I think. I did a video of white people reacting to this. So in this video, we have my brothers and my sisters reacting to this. So make sure you watch this video up to the end and leave your own thoughts in the comment section below. Be part of this conversation, guys, and let's watch the stitches.
A couple of black guys on that boat and
they would have been going to jail. That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? Black folks get off a boat, assault a white man, security guard. They going to jail. That's common sense. But for once, the police don't do the white thing. I mean, the police do the right thing. Here you come with the yiggity yak, man. All I can say is, just watch yourself, because that could be a chair with your name on it. Okay? I mean, Montgomery Brawl, man. That's all everybody talking about right now.
The whole thing was ridiculous, but just switch it for a second. Had it been the other way around.
We don't have to switch it for a moment. It's usually like that. It's usually the other way around. And from my recollection on TikTok, I see more white people celebrating the fact that black people stuck together and beat down that idiot that caused somebody stress because they were just doing their job. And look all of what they caused. Please, come again.
Had this had happened, flip the script for a second.
See, there y'all go. Always want to try to flip the damn script. We ain't got to flip the script. For the last few hundred years, it's always been one of us versus 1,000 of y'all. We've stayed getting jumped against y'all. But this time, it was different. And you mad about that? Be mad, bro. Because at the end of the day, they got their ass whooped. And I loved every minute of it. Y'all don't never seem to want to end no altercation. Y'all want to keep it going. So we kept it going. And regardless of who got hit by what, ain't none of them gonna fuck with them no more. Least of all, the boat employee that they tried to attack. You can say it's wrong all you want. Justice is justice, and it's been served.
That bodyguard may have disrespected him and how he asked him to move the boat. May not. I don't know.
Chucky boy, Chuck. Charles, seriously, you are justifying those white thugs jumping on that black man for doing his job by saying maybe he was disrespectful? So you're saying words are justification for violence, for their terroristic acts, but their violence was not justification for them getting their behinds handed to them? Is that what we're saying, Charles? Charles, that's very bigoted and very, very racist of you. Yeah, you're being real bigoted, and the microaggressions aren't as micro as you think. Oh, he was being disrespectful. What's disrespectful about him telling them something that they knew they shouldn't have been doing in the first place?
Been a couple of black guys on that boat, and
y'all always say this as if we don't live in a post-racial America. The script was already flipped. We've already lived through that. We are still living through that. Why do y'all pretend or want to pretend that none of that never happened? Flip the script. No, we already did that. We're not doing it again. It's our turn now. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
folks across the internet celebrate.
Sugar, black folks would be making fun of themselves before you even got a chance to do it. We would have been had the jokes ready. Like, did you miss the whole Carly Russell situation? We was making fun of her before y'all even got to her. Have a sense of humor. It's not that serious. Laugh, buddy. Laugh. Find something to laugh about and go on about your day. And not to mention, like, I noticed that a lot of white Americans love to talk self-defense and bearing arms and defending yourself and listening to the law, right? Oh, now it's not funny, right? Now it's not funny when people are defending themselves. They bared arms that day.
Including women.
But y'all did. And I think that's what y'all keep forgetting. Y'all did it for 400 plus years. And now that we're at a point of freedom, you don't want us to do that in return? Why do we always have to turn the cheek? Why do we always have to be the better person? And I think that's why we are so far behind as a community, is because we keep on turning the other cheek when y'all do things like this. It does not make it right. It does not make it correct. It does not make it anything. It does not make it any better if you flip the script. It shouldn't have happened, period. And I will hope that your people will show up for your people the same way my people showed up for my people. Because we're tired. We're tired of dealing with the same narrative of sitting back and taking it. So y'all gonna take this ass whooping. Y'all gonna take this ass whooping. Period.
Black guys on that boat, and
the flip the script. I actually saw a woman put it very plainly and very clearly. The only people who are upset about that woman getting hit in the head are men. And the reason for that is because you guys think you are the only people who have the authority to hit women. And I mean, genuinely, like, sit with that for a second. Like, y'all are very, very upset that that man double backed and hit that woman. But y'all have absolutely, it seems to be no qualms with the fact that a group of men, multiple men, attacked one black man. Y'all seem to just completely want to disregard that as if it didn't happen. You talk about, had they stopped at the point of ending the altercation, they would have handled it like adults. And I don't know why so many of you guys want to put morality on fights when it involves black people. And I've said this in another video before this. I don't know why those women got involved in a fight. My man can handle his shit. So there would never be a need for me to even walk my ass into a fight. And that woman thought her man could handle it and walked her ass into a fight and got hit for it. Mind you, right before she got hit for it, she was hitting other people. She fell to the ground after she'd been striking other people. At that point, she was still in the throes of a full-blown fight happening. I just really hate that we have shifted the narrative so hard to talking about someone who willingly joined the fight and not talking about how harmful and hateful it is that there are people who are willing to gang up on a black man in broad daylight and think nobody is going to do anything. There's even a man at the very beginning who tries to stop the fight, who enters the fight to go help that black man. And what do the other men who are trying to hurt that black man do? They start beating on him too. Because I'm sorry, the People who get it and know that it's funny and know that honestly it speaks to a greater liberation for all of us. Those people who understand what this fight was about and why it genuinely made so many black people happy are the ones who are going to be on the right side of history, unlike you.
Switch it for a second. Had it been the other way around, you wouldn't see all these white folks.
You know what? I thought it was a lot when the Klondike bars decided that they were going to try to force us to empathize and sympathize with the glue goblins. Y'all are taking it to a whole other level with this whole what if the roles were in reverse. Because they have been. They have always been in reverse. It's not like black people have historically been going around jumping white people because they felt like it and the government has been on their side the entire time. Leading to the fact that black people, although the most criminalized in this country, the most arrested in this country, is also the most exonerated for false crimes that they have placed upon them. Historically perpetrated by white people, which is why you have Karens and Kyles calling the cops on us on a regular basis trying to get us arrested. Side note, black people, please keep recording your interactions with racist white people because we know that these same people who are claiming what if the roles were in reverse would sit up here and lie on you to the police and try to have you falsely arrested for a crime you did not commit. For y'all to sit up here and say, what if the roles were reversed in 2023? Like, we do not have history books. We do not have multiple copies of video of y'all lying on us and attacking us without getting charged for any of your violence towards us. It's insane. So the moment when a black person is attacked by a group of white people and black people decide to stand up for said black person, you want to talk about what if the roles were reversed, still not acknowledging the violence that occurred against said black person? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Historically, black people have been deemed violent in this country when we have never been the ones to initiate the violence. You're just mad because you got caught on video for starting the violence and getting your ass whipped. And you deserve that ass whipping. And I agree with everybody who has said that this should be how Karens, Kyles, and all other acts of white violence against black bodies should be dealt with moving forward.
The other way around, you wouldn't see all these white folks across the internet celebrate.
I'm not going to address the will for ignorance in this post. I'm not going to sit here and give you a history lesson on what white people have historically done to black people. I'm not going to go into the fact that historically we know that what you just said is false, to the point where people used to go and watch a lynching, like take their kids. The only thing that I have to say is, how do you take this stance when we didn't start the fight? We just gonna ignore the fact that those black people were coming to someone's defense? And that when the white people were adding themselves into that fight, they weren't coming to someone's defense. They were fighting black people. And I'm sure that there was a lot of things that was said that we can't hear during that fight that would affirm that that's what was occurring. And I think this is the problem. How y'all see yourselves when you're the problem. When you create the problem, this is how y'all see yourselves.
Way around, you wouldn't see all these white folks across the internet celebrating it.
This is why the PragerU teachings being introduced in the Florida public education system is so terrifying, because this is a grown-ass man fixing his lips to say on the internet that if the roles were reversed race-wise during the Montgomery Brawl, that white people would not be celebrating the violence that black people are experiencing. As if white people weren't showing up en masse to picnics to watch live lynchings, to eat their little sandwiches as black people were being lit on fire. And we're not that far off in the digital age. When you think about some of the mass acts of violence and police violence that are captured via video and pictures, and the way that it's disseminated and the way that people talk about black death and black bodies,
So I came across this interesting TikToker, and I'll mention his name at the end of this video. These are his wise words. Let's all pause for these words. Make sure you watch the video up to the end. We are celebrating on this because it could have ended differently if those black guys didn't rush to go and help that black guy. We weren't there when Trayvon Martin was unalived, because had we been there, perhaps he would still be alive. We couldn't be there when George Floyd went down, because had we been there, perhaps he would still be alive. We couldn't be there for our dear sweet sister Sandra Bland, who unfortunately fell in the hands of a racist man. We couldn't be there for Emmett Till, who never saw it coming. So when Ankh was being attacked, that's why we came running, prepared, and ready to fight. We couldn't be there for a lot of people who had been unalived unfairly. That's why we had to show up full force in Montgomery. Yes, we all know that things got a little bit ugly and people got hurt. But this was really for those girls who were bombed at their church. It's not a mystery that America has a history of black people being bullied with no consequences or penalties. Search this name to listen to this full detailed speech on TikTok. Otherwise, that's all I had for you guys in today's video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that every time I upload such new videos, you'll be notified. I'll see you in my next video. Peace.